Hey guys, it's Lisa, and I'm going to be doing a request that I received via email today. I didn't receive it today. I actually received it a few weeks ago, and that goes into my first thing that I want to mention is that normally when I have time to do a request, which rarely ever happens, I just do the most recent one that I get, but every time I get a request in email, I star it, and it goes in, the starred folder, so I can always read all the ones that I haven't done yet. And so I was looking through, the older ones, and there are a lot in there that I feel like I should talk about just because I don't have any videos about them. Half of the requests that I get from y'all, there's videos about it, what to do, and, how to handle situations like that. So many of them are just the most simple topics, I'm having a hard time moving on from my ex, or I just saw my ex in the hallway, and I'm really sad. Most of them are just things that I've made many, many videos about. And I understand, you want a video that, is specifically, customized for you. But please do me a favor and watch the videos that I already have made. Because, yes, I talk about the requests specifically, but then I talk about just in general what to do. So please, watch the videos about my topics before you send me, novels asking what to do, because I do love helping people, but please keep in mind, I get so many requests. I used to only get, 1 or 2 a day, but now it's, up to 5, 7 a day, a couple dozen, maybe, a dozen a week. It just depends on, it changes every day, obviously, but so I went through my requests, and I started going through ones that I don't have videos about, and I found this request from October. Yes, it's from October, late October, and I don't have a video about it, so I'm going to make a video about it, and the more time I find, the more I can start, getting all those requests out of the way, but right now I'm going to start with the ones that don't have videos for them. So this one I received late October, and I'm going to keep it anonymous even though they put their name in it, and also I apologize for the way that I look and that I'm in bed and that I just look really gross. It's been a rough couple of days, and it's just only going to get rougher from here. I had to turn in a 19-page research experiment for psychology that took up literally days, and then a huge math exam yesterday morning. Then I had to work late last night, and now I have to go to work in an hour, and I have to write a speech, a 12-minute long speech, and then I have to present a 8-minute long video all in the next few days. My birthday is in a few days, guys. My birthday is on Monday. I'm turning the big 2-0, so that's pretty good news. So, yeah, that's enough rambling for the beginning of this video. Now I'm going to read the request, and I'm going to let y'all know, or I'm going to address it. So it says, "Hey Lisa, I really appreciate everything that you do for us who are seeking uplifting relationship guidance, I stumbled across your page a few months ago, and I've really loved everything that you've uploaded so far. I need insight, and I'm confident that you can help me as well as you seem to have helped everyone else. My ex-boyfriend and I have been together for 2 years. We broke up about 6 months ago. He broke up with me because he told me that he needed space to find and discover himself. We are sophomores in college. When he broke up with me, he told me that this may be a mistake that he's making, or that there's a slight chance this could potentially be temporary. But in the moment, that's what he felt needed to be done, which is why he did it. We quit talking completely because I was so upset. I blocked him off Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. I left his number unblocked because although I'm mad at him for giving up on us, I still care about him as a person and wanted to be there if he ever needed me. Well, he never needed me, seeing as the only time he texts me is when he's drunk or has a question about something that I helped him with when we were together, like Wi-Fi passwords, addresses, or other stuff like that. I feel like I've genuinely been moving on. I still miss him and have a special place in my heart for him because 2 years is a very long time to be with someone. I'm not sure if I'd take him back, but it doesn't help me, or it doesn't help his case that nearly all of his attempts at communication are drunk. I just wanted your opinion on the subject. I don't think I necessarily have a question as much as I just want encouragement, or at least your take on the issue. I look forward... Oh, thank you so much once again for everything that you do, and I look forward to the inspiring videos that you make. As always, with love." Anonymous name. Alright, thank you so much for sending that request. Thank you for all the nice words. Oh god, I'm so tired. Thank you for all the nice words. Thank you for trusting in me, and I will do your best. Well, I will do my best to help you. So, So you don't have a question, you just want encouragement, or my take on the issue. So, I don't know his side. I don't know him. I haven't talked to him. I don't know, like, his reasoning for anything or the way he feels, so I can't necessarily, like, tell you exactly what to do because I don't know his side. But judging by this email that you sent me, it does sound like he misses you and he just doesn't want to own up to it, or he doesn't want to admit to it, or he misses you but he doesn't miss you enough to get you back or have you back. The reason why I'm saying this is because, not because he said this may be a mistake or that there's a chance that it could be temporary, because it doesn't matter if a guy says that. It's never true. Like, guys just say that to alleviate the breakup and to make it less hard on themselves, not because they actually give a shit about how we feel. Like, I learned that the hard way. Every girl I've talked to about this, they all agree. Like, boys will always say, I don't know, or like even girls do that too. Like, if we break up with a guy, we always say, oh, this could be a mistake, or this could be temporary. Like, we just say that to, like, deflect the pain off of us and to kind of, like, instead of cutting it off like we should, we just kind of let it, like, fizzle out. But doing that is very dangerous because it adds hope, it adds false hope, it adds, like, subliminal expectations. It kind of makes you feel like even though you guys are broken up, you're not. Because if someone, let's say I'm, like, super in love with someone and they break up with me, but they tell me that this may be a mistake and that we could possibly get back together, even though I'm going to be single, I'm still going to feel like I'm spending my life waiting for them to come back. And that is because they set those expectations. So I don't think that he misses you because he said that, because it doesn't matter that he said that. Everyone says that to alleviate the pain. If someone really sees potential in being with you, they don't even break up with you to begin with, let alone tell you that, like, while they're breaking up with you, oh, this could be temporary. Like, no, if they want to be with you, they'll be with you, like, regardless of what they say. So I don't think he misses you because he said that. I think he misses you because you said he still contacted you for, like, addresses and Wi-Fi. And maybe you said y'all been broken up for 6 months. 6 months after being together for 2 years really isn't long at all. It is not long at all. And I feel like the only reason why he is contacting you drunk is because he misses you. And because maybe, well, honestly, I don't know. This is something that I still haven't figured out. And wow, that really discredits me, right? Like, if I don't know something about breakups. But, like, when guys drunk contact you, it could be for a number of reasons. It really just depends on the breakup, and it depends on them. Most of the time, if they're drunk contacting you, it's because they still miss you. And, when you're drunk, the alcohol really does take over. And sometimes you do things, or you say things that maybe you feel like are true, but you just don't have the courage to say that sober. He could be doing this because he misses you, and maybe he does want you back, but he doesn't know how to do it sober. Or maybe he is trying to move on, but, alcohol really does take control over you. So, maybe, he's still trying to get you out of his system, so he slips up every now and then. But if he is continuously reaching out to you drunk, I don't think you should be flattered by that. I don't think that's something that you should use to inflate your head, because it just means that he's weak. It means that he's weak and he doesn't know how else to express himself other than drunk contacting his ex. I promise you, I know you said I'm not sure if I would ever take him back, but if you do think you'd take him back, do not ever let it happen from a attempt of drunk contact. I promise you, if somebody wants to be with you, they will not contact you on an inebriated level. They will get their shit straightened out. They will sober up, and they will contact you sober with confidence. Yeah, it's easy to contact an ex. It's easy to reach out. All that when you're drunk. Like, if you're drunk, it's so easy to do all that because it's like you're not even you when you're drunk. You get taken over by the alcohol, and it makes you super confident, and it really, like, I can do anything. You get that feeling of, like, power. But that shouldn't be flattering. That shouldn't be like, oh, he misses me, he wants me back. Like, no. Someone who's drunk is someone who is not them in the moment. Like, I'm convinced it's really just, like, I don't know. It's not him. So don't be flattered by it. I think the only time you really should be flattered if an ex contacts you is when he's sober, because it takes so many balls like, more than 2 balls. No, it takes, like, so much confidence in order to reach out to an ex sober, especially if you've been broken up for a long time. But for y'all, it's only been 6 months, so I think he's still trying to get you out of his system. So maybe the system that you should, I'm not going to say get used to it unless you set him straight. Like, you should maybe contact him and say, like, look, you need to leave me alone. Like, say, look, if you have any questions that you think are going to pop up in the future, like about addresses or Wi-Fi or anything else that you think he's going to need help with, give it to him now. Like, say, this is the Wi-Fi password for the clinic. This is the address of the woman that you and I used to volunteer for. Like, go ahead and give him everything now and then block him. That way, he has what he needs and he has no excuse to reach out to you anymore. Tell him, if you want to reach out to me, if it's serious, contact my parents. Come to my house. Write me a letter. Email me. Like, do something if it's serious. But the drunk things, the drunk attempts at conversation need to stop. Because it's embarrassing for him. And it kind of degrades you in a bit. Because it kind of, like, if it was me in your shoes, I would think, like, wow, am I really only worthy of a drunk text? After being broken up for 6 months and being together for 2 years, is that really all that I'm worth, is a drunk text? Like, I would be kind of insulted. Like, if you and I were together for that long, I deserve way more than a drunk text. I deserve, like, if you change your mind and decide you want me back, I deserve way more than a drunk, I'm sorry, or, like, I want you back. Like, no, I deserve you and your sobriety coming up to me, talking to me in person, or texting me saying, hey, do you want to go get coffee? I really need to talk to you. Like, I feel like if you are waiting for him to come back, like, subliminally, wait till it is the right attempt. Don't try to justify his drunk actions, because he's not a kid if you're a sophomore in college. Like, if he's a sophomore in college, he knows that that's not how you get a woman to get back together with you. That's not how you get a woman to, talk to you, is by only reaching out when you're drunk. That's insulting and it's embarrassing. Like, it sounds like something that I used to do in high school. Like, just tell him, like, say, look, I don't know what you want. I don't know what you're doing, but I need to focus on myself and my healing process. So if you have any questions, ask me now, because I need to really focus on myself. And then block him, and then if it really is important, he will find a way to contact you, I promise, whether it be email, your parents, your best friend, something. Like, if he needs you, he will find you. But as of right now, quit letting him use you as entertainment or as a playground or as a method of coping. If he's a sophomore in college, I'm guessing he's 19, 20 years old. He can cope without drunk texting you, without drunk calling you, without only texting you when he needs something. Like, that's so annoying and so immature. And I don't know, I'm guessing all didn't end on good terms, because otherwise you wouldn't really be messaging me. But just remember your worth. You're worth more than drunk contact. I know so many girls who, they are broken up with their exes, and the only time, like, the exes seem to really reach out is when they're drunk, and it's insulting. It's so insulting. It's like, wow, I gave you everything. I spent all this time with you. Not to mention, I probably spent thousands of dollars on you. Like, you were my love. You were my future at one point, and now the only time we talk is when you're drunk. Like, think about if your past selves, like, when you and him were dating in the past, think about if they knew that. Like, if you were to go back in time and tell the past you, like the past you two, hey, you guys are only going to contact when he's drunk in, like, a year. They're going to be like, what? Like, it's mind-blowing how quickly things change, but don't let it keep happening. It's so bad for you and for him to just let that be y'all's only level of communication, is when it is inebriated. So, take my advice. I would say kick him to the curb, honestly. If he really wants you, if he really loves you, if he really wants to be with you, he will do so much more than drunk contact you. He will do so much more than only find confidence when he has had too much to drink. So, that's pretty much, you didn't really ask me anything else. Because whether or not you are moving on from him or you're not, that is still something that you shouldn't have to deal with. Because eventually you are going to start seeing new people if you haven't already. And the last thing that they want is for you to have your phone being blown up by your ex saying, what was the Wi-Fi password for the dentist's office? Like, he can figure that out on his own. It is not the end of the world. Like, you need to do it for not only yourself, but for your future partners, and do it for him, because I feel like if you block him, it's going to help you a lot, because first of all, you're not going to be getting all those, like, notifications. It's going to help your future partners, because they're not going to have trust issues with you, but thirdly, it's going to help him, because it's going to really train him that it's not okay to run to your ex drunkenly every time you want attention. So it really is all good things, and I feel like maybe in the future you guys can attempt to maybe talk things out or work things out, but since it's been 6 months, I mean, I still consider that fairly fresh, so maybe you do need to take some action and pull the plug on that, just until he cleans himself up and is honest with you, because maybe he does miss you, maybe a part of him does want you back, but if he really wanted you back, he would do so much more than this. Like, you would know, you wouldn't have to think, maybe he wants me back. Like, you wouldn't have to think that. You wouldn't have to question that. That would just be what it is. Like, oh my god, he showed up to my doorstep with flowers. He wants me back. Or, oh my god, he just invited me out for coffee because he really needs to talk to me about something. He must really want me back. But, like, he texted me when he's drunk. He might. Like, no, you shouldn't have to question it. Like, if he wants you, he will make it known that he wants you. Like, he will make it so apparent that that is his goal and that is his intention. So, yeah, I kind of took your topic and I inflated it a lot. Like, I made it to where it's more versatile and more, I guess, eclectic, because of course there's going to be other people that watch this video. But, guys, don't settle for less than what you deserve. Yes, I'm making eye contact with the camera because I'm talking to you. I'm talking to your soul. Don't settle for less than what you deserve. And that's, like, such a cliche thing. Like, that's so, like, Tumblr-y. Like, don't settle for less than what you deserve. Like, oh my god, I'm so tired of hearing that. But if you really think about it, you do deserve something so great and so amazing, and somebody who does so much more than half-ass an attempt at reconciliation, than half-ass an attempt at contact. Like, you don't deserve someone who half-asses it. You deserve someone who, like that's their goal. Like, they're not, like, you deserve someone who wakes up in the morning and says, today I'm going to get this girl back, and not who has too many drinks at night and thinks, I'm going to shoot her a text and see what I can get out of her. Like, that should be their goal and not just a thing that just randomly happens. Like, it's something that you need to plan, something that you need to strive for is getting an ex back. Like, it's not just something that you can beat around the bush with or that you can, like, inch to. Like, it has to be monumental, especially if you guys quit talking. Like, if exes still talk briefly or, like, vaguely, maybe you can, like, kind of inch into it, like, ask them on a date for coffee, or, like, ask them to maybe, like, dinner, like, kind of inch your way in. But if you completely fall off the face of the earth, you deserve so much more than, like, a little tiny toe in the door saying, hello. Like, no, you deserve someone to knock the door down and say, this is what I want, but either way, their intention should be pure. Their intention should be to have you completely, and not just when they're in a drunken state, because who knows what they're looking for. They probably missed the attention. They probably just got out of a rebound relationship. They probably just want a booty call. Like, you never know if they're drunk what they want. So don't settle. Make them work for it. And if they don't work for it, then you just dodged a bullet. So good for you. Don't be upset if you block your ex and everything, and, like, you completely never hear from him ever again, because I promise you, you did yourself a favor. And don't you ever think, but if I block him, then he can't contact me. Oh, no, but he will, honey. If he loves you, he will. I have a really, really, really good friend, and her ex, they were together for a while, and she broke up with him because things just weren't working out. And she blocked him off everything because she needed to move on, and he would email her. He would just send her all, like, these weird methods of communication, just saying, like, I miss you. Like, if they really are worth it, they will do so much more than just text. That's why you shouldn't be afraid of blocking their number, like, because if it's worth it, they will find a way around it. They will try so hard. So don't be afraid of blocking, because honestly, you're only going to do yourself a favor. You're going to test to see if they're really worth it. And if you're afraid of that, if you're thinking, he might not, like, try to, like, reach out, then there you go. If you think it's wrong, then it's wrong. If you think they're not going to contact you and reach out, then that already kind of tells you the person that they are. So that's pretty much all I need to say. Thank you so much for the request. Don't settle for less than what you deserve. really keep your like chest up and your chin up, and just know that you are worth so much more than drunk texts and like favor texts, like bullshit favors, like what was the Wi-Fi password. Like, no, he can ask the person at the desk what the Wi-Fi password is. He can look in a yellow book or blue book, whatever it's called, and look for the addresses. Like, he doesn't need you. He's not a kid. So that's pretty much all I need to say. I'm going to take like a 5-minute nap before I go to work, because 5 minutes, even though it's 5 minutes, it's like still very much appreciated. So thank you once again, and guys, continue to send me requests, and yeah, thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.